What's up everybody, ANIMEX here, and in this video, I'll be adding yet another part to the What If Naruto was in the Anbu. Now, this is because you guys have yet again hit the like goal for the What If and basically made this a daily What If for the time being. Now, before we get into the What If, I just want to give a quick thanks and shout out to Samurai ANV for making me a special and custom intro for this Anbu series. So, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below because he's a GOAT, so I want you guys to go subscribe to him after you've watched this video. Now, the like goal for this video will be 4,000 likes, and if you guys want another video tomorrow again, then the like goal will be really high, 6,000 likes for this one. I doubt you guys can hit it, but I don't know at this point. Anyways, as usual, I'll be recapping the last part of the What If, then jumping into the new material. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, in the last part of this What If, we basically dealt with Naruto along with the rest of Team 7 coming back from the Land of Waves, basically finishing that arc up and starting into the Shonen exams arc. And basically we saw Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all go through the first exam after scrapping with Rock Lee for a little bit, then going into the Forest of Death, which is where they faced Orochimaru, and Sasuke was actually marked by the curse mark, with Naruto not being able to stop him. After this, we went into the preliminaries, which is where basically most things stayed the same. The only thing is Naruto just one-shotted Kiba at that point in time. So we'll jump into the story with the 1 month training arc being ready. Now, like I said, we left off with Naruto along with the rest of the Genin going on the 1 month training arc that they would have had in the original. Now, Naruto, after leaving the exam area, immediately heads over to the Foundation in order to meet with Danzo and reports everything that happened within the Forest of Death and all of the other parts of the Chunin exams. Danzo, when hearing about both Gaara and Orochimaru, he just sighs, and as he knows that he can help Naruto and he'll basically have to equip him with something in order to stay safe. Alright Naruto, as my surrogate son, I have a gift for you. Naruto raises an eyebrow to this, basically seeing as how Danzo isn't the type of person to give gifts, and he's not really the sentimental type. Naruto then follows Danzo, however, into the strange room that has a greenish tint when he walks in. After looking around, Naruto starts seeing that there are many small tubes that are containing these small spherical items within them, although Naruto can't seem to identify what they are from this distance. Naruto then walks up to one of the tanks to get a closer look. Is this? Naruto's voice trails off as Danzo speaks. Yes, Naruto, it is. The Kekkei Genkai of the Uchiha clan, otherwise known as a Sharingan. Naruto turns to Danzo puzzled. Alright Danzo, what does a Sharingan have to do with my gift? Naruto then puts everything together as Danzo nods. Yes, Naruto. In order to keep the Leaf's village greatest asset safe, I'm going to give you a gift to help you in battle. Consider it something as a birthday present for you. Danzo then walks over to one of the tubes and removes 2 Sharingan from the area. Naruto, come here. Naruto then walks over to Danzo and gets ready. Remove your eye, please. Naruto then, without any hesitation, grabs his own eyeball and pulls it out without even the slightest of movements, twitching, or any normal reactions that you would see from someone, pulling out their eye. Danzo then places the Sharingan within Naruto's eye socket and disposes of Naruto's other normal eye, seeing as how it doesn't compare to that of the Sharingan. Naruto then looks around with his newly found Sharingan. The Sharingan's kinetic vision is rather impressive, Lord Danzo. Thank you for this wonderful gift. Danzo then hands Naruto another tube that holds another Sharingan with it. This is the second Sharingan, Naruto. This is in case one of your eyes is ever stolen or damaged, or even in the worst case of scenarios, you can wield both Sharingan in battle. But beware, that Sharingan is not your own, so make sure to use it sparingly. Even with your massive chakra reserves, the Sharingan will absolutely shred through the chakra levels if you aren't careful when using it. Naruto nods, knowing to follow Danzo's instructions to the letter. Is there any training you'd have me do during this 1 month period? Danzo then nods, telling Naruto that he will be training with someone he has never met before, although Naruto will know who he is when he sees him, seeing as how he has a unique look. He is one of the legendary Seinen who can even match Orochimaru in battle, so when you meet him, accept his training and try to be amicable during the day that you shall train with him. Basically, during the day when the sun is up you shall train with him, and during the night you will return here and start the training in order to, specifically for you to advance your own skills. Naruto nods and performs a quick bow before disappearing to find the master that Danzo spoke of. Now, Naruto wanders around the village for a few hours, trying to find someone that he can identify as the legendary Seinen, although he can't seem to find anyone who fits that description. Now, as Naruto walks around, he has his eye covered by his headband, very similar to how Kakashi has with his Sharingan. That way, he can conserve chakra and keep the secret of having the Sharingan all in, one fell swoop. Now, as Naruto walks around, he feels a presence watching him, and he slightly turns his head to see Gaara from the Chunin exams, stalking him and watching him from a very long distance. Naruto then, realizing that it's just Gaara who's watching him, turns around and looks at Gaara, clearly showing that he spotted him. Gaara then gives up subtlety and appears in front of Naruto in the middle of the street, clearly hungering for blood and a good killing. Naruto senses this and looks at Gaara, showing a bloodlust that rivals his. Naruto then just scoffs, telling Gaara that if he finds him stalking him again, he'll just have to kill him before the exams truly start. Gaara, then testing Naruto some more, sends some sand particles at Naruto in order to keep track of him and basically form a sand eye like how he uses in the original part of the Chunin exams. Naruto then turns around to see that this dust is following him, and seeing that Gaara did not heed his warning, this makes Naruto rather annoyed. Naruto then disappears from Gaara's vision and reappears behind him, the executioner's blade being pointed at Gaara's back, clearly outspeeding Gaara along with his automatic defense. This draws the attention of many villagers that are just looking at this, but they, walk around, seeing it as some type of drill or some other thing that they should ignore for the time being. Now, Naruto then strolls back in front of Gaara and starts speaking. Listen, Gaara, you may have bloodlust and have some semblance of talent, but you aren't shit compared to me, alright? Naruto's whiskers then darken and his eye color changes for a second as he looks at him. But if you so much as look at me outside of the Chunin exams matches again, I'll kill you right then and there. Naruto then turns around and continues walking. One of Gaara's eyes transform when this happens, but he gets a hold of himself as he walks off. Soon, Naruto. Very soon, I should kill yet another one with the look of a killer in his eyes. Naruto, after this encounter, finally sees something interesting as a toad leaps around the road with a white-haired man riding it. When Naruto sees this, he instantly identifies Jiraiya as his supposed Seinen teacher and basically explains to him what Danzo said. You are under Danzo's thumb, huh? I guess that can't be helped for now. Come on, kid, let's go. Jiraiya and Naruto then disappear to a secluded area where they start practicing the summoning jutsu. Now, after a few hours, Naruto was able to use his bloodlusted state in order to summon enough of Kurama's chakra to actually summon Gamabunta. Now, after he tames him, or at least convinces him of his skill and his ability to, control him to some degree, Jiraiya proclaims that Naruto is full of talent and has basically completed the training that he expected to take a month in a day. This means that Naruto decides to head back to the Foundation as the sun starts to set, leaving Jiraiya with his own thoughts. Jiraiya is upset that he didn't get more time with Naruto, but he can't really help it just due to Naruto's overwhelming abilities and skill. Curse you, Danzo. You've led Naruto down a very dark path. I swear to you, Minato, Kushina, I'll make it my mission to bring your son back and raise him the way you would have wanted. Now, while this is happening, Naruto arrives at the Foundation where he's greeted by Danzo. Naruto reports that he's learned the summoning jutsu and can tap into small amounts of Kurama's chakra at will, which makes Danzo glad that he was able to learn all of this within a very short amount of time. Now, Danzo explains that Naruto's training is going to be very grueling because he's going to need to keep his Sharingan active for multiple fights to even survive. The reason you'll be doing this is so you could advance your Sharingan to the level of 3 Tomoe, hopefully before the month, but I don't see that happening. Anything below that isn't effective enough for what I plan on sending you on very soon. Naruto nods, acknowledging this as the first test comes out. 10 Jonin come from multiple entrances, leaving Naruto in the center. Oh, I see. My previous limit of taking out ninja before getting touched once is 5, so you want to test my analysis abilities of the Sharingan when pushing me, huh? Naruto then throws the executioner's blade away, knowing that for this fight, precision and speed is needed more than power. So, with that, all of the Jonin attack and converge on Naruto at once, and they all send attacks, kicks, punch, all of them come flying at him. Naruto lifts his headband and everything slows down within his vision. Naruto's eye darts around, assessing all of the info near him and using that to fight. He dodges every single strike thrown at him with ease with the new abilities of the Sharingan. Even at 1 Tomoe, Naruto's combative abilities have more than doubled. As they attack, Naruto dodges, blocks, and parries all of the Jonin strike. I can see them. Naruto then trips one and knocks him out with a knife hand to the neck. I can see. Naruto then backflips over another and attacks, kicking 2 in the face, knocking them out as well. I can see their movements. Naruto then jumps into the air and throws kunai down with such precision and speed that they pin 2 more Jonin to the ground as he stomps on their faces and knocks them out. Naruto then starts advancing and getting used to this as he rips through the other 5 all without getting touched. This type of training goes on for a week, and finally, Naruto's 1 Tomoe Sharingan advances to its second state, although this leaves Naruto completely exhausted as he's been fighting almost non-stop for an entire week. After getting to the level where he can stalemate members of the Anbu Black Ops, Naruto is moved to the final phase of his training. This is where Naruto is exposed to dozens of jutsu that he looks at and watches all of them with his Sharingan, learning them, learning the hand seals, and learning how to identify the range and basically the elemental type of a jutsu just based on the hand seals that the person is using. This means that Naruto is picking up on many jutsu, and finally, the final day of training rolls around with the Chunin exams being the Chunin exams final being the next day. This is when Danzo allows Naruto to rest up for the big day, and Naruto, after waking up from a good night's sleep, gets ready to dominate in the exams. Now, with the day of the exams finally being present, Naruto heads over to the exam arena and takes it all in. Naruto then stretches a bit and rushes to the top of the stands in order to get a good seat so he can watch some good fights. When he sits down, he sees Sakura along with Ino walk over and sit in the seats next to him. He sighs as he knows that Sakura will try to talk to him, and just like he predicted, she does. "Good luck in your match, Naruto." This wish for luck, however small it is, catches Naruto slightly off guard, considering all he has ever done is show contempt for her. Begrudgingly, Naruto nods and thanks her for that as the first match is getting ready to start. Gaara heads down to fight with Sasuke, yet Sasuke does not seem to have arrived yet. The match not starting for a few minutes and on time, the crowd starts to get rowdy. I wonder why Sasuke isn't here yet. Naruto then remembers that if Gaara and Sasuke aren't going in the first match, that his match with Neji Hyuga should be up next. So, with that being announced that basically they'll skip the fight and go to Sasuke and Gaara later, Naruto then jumps down off the railing and looks at Neji, who has his always confident grin on his face, while Naruto has his blank stare. The proctor then starts the match, and immediately Naruto takes out the Executioner's blade and his shorter blade and throws them into the ground, which confuses Neji. Neji then asks, "Why did you drop your weapons? Do they slow you down?" Naruto then, while stretching, just tells him why. "Well, you see, Neji, there are kids here, so I'd hate to show them a bloodbath instead of a nice clean fight." Neji twitches when hearing this. "Also, I don't respect you enough to point my blade at you. You attacking someone for trying their hardest? It really pisses me off." Neji's confident grin then turns into an angry scowl as he decides to attack the cocky Naruto who stands before him. As Neji attacks, Tenten comments on the fight as it's starting. "Naruto's as good as done for. The Hyuga clan techniques are far too strong for just a nobody like him." When hearing this, Sakura just scoffs, basically saying that she just bursts into laughter after scoffing, telling Tenten to just watch the fight and see who comes out on top. Neji then throws a quick attack at Naruto, and Naruto just slightly tilts his head in order to evade that attack. Neji, surprised by this, continues to attack relentlessly, all in a futile effort to hit Naruto. As Naruto is dodging all of these strikes, Naruto is contemplating something. I should probably finish my warm-up with Neji relatively quickly without using any jutsu, so I can save my chakra for stronger opponents. Naruto then jumps back from Neji, creating a bit of distance. "Come on, Neji, is this the limit of your clan's strength? This is getting boring." Naruto then doesn't give a chance for Neji to even respond as he disappears and elbows Neji in the face, which sends him flying onto the ground. Naruto then picks Neji up by his throat and tosses him away, telling him to fight back some more. Naruto then goes Naruto to attack, or Neji then goes Naruto to attack, hoping to catch him off guard with something. Yet, Naruto knows that Neji has something up his sleeve. He decides that he'll figure it out on the fly. So, Naruto gets close to Neji, and as soon as this happens, Neji starts spinning, using the palm rotation technique in order to repel Naruto, although Naruto is able to stop just short of getting hit by this. Naruto just stops after seeing this and starts weaving hand seals, then slams his hands into the ground. The ground beneath Neji then shifts as Naruto uses a mud wall jutsu to slam into Neji from underneath and basically make him fly into the air. As Neji is launched into the air, Naruto appears up there within him and spins and slams his leg down onto Neji's back, which sends him to the ground unconscious. Naruto then lands and just looks at Neji. Pathetic. Naruto then just waits for the proctor to declare him the winner, and when this happens, he heads back up to the stands, very bored but a little bit more warmed up for his next matches. After Naruto and Neji's fight, Shikamaru and Temari fight, and similar to the original, Shikamaru gives up, letting her win. And after that, Sasuke and Kakashi arrive, just in time to fight against Gaara without them being disqualified. Now, when the fight starts, Naruto wonders if Sasuke has gotten strong enough to face Gaara, and his question is soon answered when Sasuke outspeeds Gaara's sand and lands multiple hits upon Gaara, and is even able to crack his sand shield, and the fight starts steering in the normal direction that it does in the original, even up to the point where Gaara puts up his stronger defense so he could start summoning Shukaku. In response, Sasuke pulls out the Chidori, which definitely surprises Naruto, seeing as how he identified that as Kakashi Jutsu. Kakashi then, seeing Naruto's expression, then notices something. "Hey Naruto, since when do you cover one of your eyes with the headband?" Naruto then just turns to Kakashi, puzzled at first, then remembers that he hasn't seen Naruto like this yet. "Oh, I lost my eye in the training that Danzo put me through, so I'll be staying like this for a while." Kakashi is surprised by this and senses that there is more to the story, but for the time being, just lets this comment slide. Finally, the Chidori hits Gaara, which is something, and it's basically where everything truly goes wrong. Gaara goes stupid, getting angry and starts transforming into Shukaku, which makes him leave the area and makes Sasuke go after him in hot pursuit. A Genjutsu is then placed on most of the Genin along with most of the rest of the civilians, and the Sand Ninja then start attacking the village. Naruto, seeing all of this around him, take it in stride. He is resistant to Genjutsu due to Danzo's training, so he's not really affected by that. And considering that Gaara's bloodlust in that moment far surpassed anything that he'd ever sensed before from him, basically makes Gaara the largest threat at the moment. Naruto then makes 2 shadow clones, which does take a bit of energy, but he's able to pull it off nonetheless. He then tells 100 of the shadow clones to help fight off the Sand Ninja within the village and kill as many of them as possible, and the other 100 are ordered to secure all of the Genin and the civilians while he heads over to find and kill Gaara. The real Naruto then rushes off into the forest as quickly as possible, trying to stop his teammate from taking on the version of Gaara that could end up possibly killing him. Now, while running through the forest as quickly as possible, Naruto does sense multiple Chunin level Sand Ninja converging on his position. Naruto quickly dispatches all of them before they can even process what happens, blitzing them and basically cutting them to pieces as he continues on. Such a weak force to attack our village. Soon he is able to catch up to Sasuke and Gaara, just in time to kick Gaara away from the unmoving Sasuke. Sasuke is covered in curse marks and Naruto notices this, so he kneels down to ask him, "Sasuke, are you alright?" Sasuke nods ever so slightly, just saying that he can't move in his position. Naruto then nods, glad that he made it in time as he faces off with Gaara. "Well then, Gaara, looks like all this bloodlust is aimed at me. Let's see how strong this sand transformation has made you." Naruto then disappears from Gaara and stabs at him, basically trying to take him from behind, and basically end the fight with one blow. Gaara, however, dodges this attack, being able to turn around and jump out of the way of this sword strike. So, he's gotten fast enough to dodge me at this speed. Let's try to amp it up a little bit. Naruto then shoots a fireball jutsu at Gaara, and Gaara blocks this with it not affecting his sand. Naruto then appears above him and drives his sword deep into the sand arm. Then, with a quick twist of his blade, Naruto is able to pry off Gaara's sand arm and jumps back from Gaara, making sure to maintain some distance. Naruto keeps his eyes trained on Gaara as Gaara starts transforming even more and becomes a smaller, compressed version of Shukaku. I can't let him fully transform. That'll be a problem. Naruto then loses sight of Gaara completely as he disappears behind Naruto and slams his arm into Naruto's back, which sends him crashing through the trees onto the ground with a large thud. Naruto puts his hand on his mouth and finds blood coming from it. Damn it, he's a lot faster now. Naruto then gets up slowly, changing his demeanor as he enters that state. That speed and power was quite impressive, Gaara. Naruto then once again decides to slip on the Anbu mask and take out Zabuza's old blade. But that is the last attack he'll hit me with. Naruto then lifts his headband as Gaara rushes towards him and tries to land another hit. But this time Naruto is able to react using the Sharingan and quite easily swings his blade 4 times before Gaara can even reach him. After swinging it, Gaara feels his sand body literally coming apart at the seams. Then, Naruto starts going on the offensive, bouncing around the trees and the ground, slicing and dicing Gaara, leaving a trail of red, basically the aura of the Sharingan in his wake. Naruto then uses wind style on his sword as he cuts right through Gaara's sand body, draining all of the chakra from him and making him pass out. Sasuke, seeing this, is like, how does he have the Sharingan? How is this possible? But as he thinks these thoughts, he slowly passes out, losing chakra and losing the feeling in his body from his injuries. Naruto then grabs Gaara by his hair, suspending him in midair, as Gaara slowly regains consciousness and looks back into Naruto's eyes. Gaara, you are an opponent that I saw a little bit of myself in at first, but now I just see you as a weakling. Instead of killing you here, I decided to give you a worse fate. I'll let you live with the fact that with all the people you've killed and murdered in order to feel your own existence, it stops here. From here, I have erased your existence. And that is that is a fate far worse than death. Naruto then lets go of Gaara's hair and kicks him down to the ground as he falls, beaten, broken, and his ideology shattered. As Gaara falls to the ground, Gaara realizes that he lost, and that if he couldn't kill someone to confirm his own existence, that this path is not the path for him. Naruto inadvertently does end up changing Gaara's ways, similar to how he does in the original, although the method of doing this is much different. Naruto then removes the mask and hides the Sharingan as he calms his bloodless estate down, and he grabs Sasuke and rushes off, taking him to the hospital. And that, everybody, is where I'm going to end part 4 to the What If Naruto was in the Anbu series. Now, a few things that I want to say. One, you guys have been going crazy for the support for this video, and although I may sometimes, kind of complain about it, be like, oh no, you guys are hitting the like goal, I just want you guys to know that I genuinely do appreciate all the support that this series has been getting. I really do like it, and I'm glad that you guys like it so much. Glad that I can, put out a series that you guys are able to respond to so well, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, once again, shout out to Samurai AMV for doing this, the intro for me. I really do appreciate it, right? It's fire, and it's customly made for the Anbu What If, which is just really, I really do appreciate that. So go click the link that is in his channel, it's in my description, to go subscribe to him, give him the clout that he needs. Keep in mind, he does have commissions, so yeah, just make sure if you go ask for an intro, yeah, make sure that you got your pockets full of money. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button, and if you are new, consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss out on more Naruto content. And for all of you that actually, want to interact with me on a more personal level, I will leave links to my Discord, and maybe this time I'll actually leave links to my Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff down below in the description, along with my Patreon in case you guys are interested in supporting me there. Now, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, guys, this is ANANIMEX, knowing that I'm about to make another Anbu video tomorrow, signing off.